masaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
check. Sound, check, check, check. Sound. Three. Kaya Kuya Cedric, Pap. Yung mic, kamo, yung mic.
Mula sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao, at sa iba't ibang sulok ng mundo, kami po ay nagpapasalamat sa inyong panonood ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. As we come back to you live from the Olivares College Gym in Parañaque. Now we feature Spider Mac Talio, fresh off of his 20-point debut with the Davao Occidental Tigers in that loss versus Caloocan. They will now take on Jello Razon, who has been that hometown hero for Parañaque, famous as he is with the number of clutch shots that he has delivered day in and day out for the Patriots, especially on their home floor. Let's see if they can defend it against our MPBL's Season 3 champions. After all, Parañaque is at an even 500 at home, 3 wins and 3 losses. Thank you for joining us, folks. This is Fix Comments at your service alongside Coach Christian Luanzon and Mika Abesamis. Okay, now Coach Chris, because we are featuring Mac Talio only on his second game for Davao Occidental, how can you describe his fit for his squad right
I think
now?
it's perfect because now you get a legit scorer, a go-to player. At one point in his MPBL career, his first season here, about 2 or 3 seasons ago, he was the best finisher in the league. Now, that was about 3 or 4 years ago. And right now, ang maganda sa kanya, even though the athleticism has lessened, the scoring has not. He had 20 points in the last game. I think what's more impressive, Migs, about him, he played 35 minutes, 5 assists, 0 turnovers.
And he almost had that game winner versus
Pero
Caloocan.
nagdasal kayo eh.
It was such a long-
Para hindi mag-second overtime.
It was a long and
Ikaw na naman
entertaining
kasi.
game. Well, now let's break down our South Division
Well,
standings.
this is such an important game because we are halfway through the season already. Remember, we got 29 teams, all teams playing each other, so that's 28 games. 10-5 Davao Occidental, 10-6 Parañaque. So a win by Parañaque makes them 4-3 at home, Rayon, and then 11-7. But a loss, you want to create that separation behind Binyan and Iloilo. Now, Binyan has been struggling, losing to Iloilo, catching up, with that 2-game winning streak. Negros, as we just saw, 3-game win, where, a lot of dogs behind their backs.
Yes.
Trying to catch up.
Now, this is a nice battle for the number 5 seed in the South Division. These two teams are actually near 500 as well in terms of going up against teams with winning records in the MPBL. But now let's talk about that previous game of Davao Occidental, that long game in Caloocan.
It was a long but quality game. You talk about two teams who competed. You talk about lead changes, 12. Times tied, 10. And then the biggest lead was only 8. Sobrang kulang that it was begging for an overtime. But remember, Caloocan had a chance to win it until that careless turnover. I don't want to mention who. Just go back to the replay. And then it led to that Kid Agovida 3 at the top of the key. And then overtime was a different story. Best player of the game for Caloocan was Cabanag. He had big baskets. You look at the numbers right here. Similar. No, lahat except for the 3-point shooting. But to me, the issue here is rebounding. In that game, 56 to 45. Guys like Agovida, Mac Talio has to rebound more. Talio only had 3 rebounds. Although they had De La Cruz and Tumalip with a double-double with 11 and 10 rebounds respectively, it's gonna take a collective effort for them. They gotta rebound. They gotta rebound the basketball better.
And by the way, even with the absence of Kenneth Ighalo in this game, rebounding might be an even bigger concern for Davao Occidental. As now, let's talk about that previous game of Parañaque versus Bicol.
Well, kung nip and tuck affair yung nangyari sa Davao at Caloocan, this was totally a different story. This was pretty much an ending from the beginning. You talk about Pasay, or Parañaque rather, leading 15 from the first quarter, never looked back. Biggest lead of 25 early in the second quarter. The numbers spills it out. Points in the paint, 72 to 48. Fast break points plus 10. Bench points, 45 to 11. So Parañaque, a couple weeks ago they were on a 2-game slide. They win 2 games now, and now it's a big game against a team, in the middle of the pack na gusto nila malamangan.
Right, this is the battle for that number 5 seed in the South Division after all. And now we shall feature 2 players in this game, a player matchup of Art De La Cruz and JP Sarao, 2 elite power forwards in the league.
Well, JP Sarao, I don't want to say he's had a breakout season, but maybe a rejuvenated one. What I see in JP Sarao is his determination. We see also the improvement skills-wise, the post moves. Ang maganda dito kay De La Cruz, he's a fighter, and also tough to guard, especially on the block. And you look at the numbers right here, 10 points compared to 9 for Sarao. The rebounds, 7.3. The assist, 3.5. Si Sarao naman, 4.1 and 1.1. This should be an interesting matchup.
De La Cruz almost had a triple-double in the previous game. 12 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, including that game-tying steal that led on to the three-pointer by Keith Agubida. Those two players are now with Mika Abesamis.
Maraming salamat. Kasama ko nga ngayon ang dalawa sa key players ng larong ito. Walang iba kundi si Art De La Cruz at si JP Sarao. Magandang gabi, mga ginoo. Art, with all the adjustments of the team, especially sa backcourt, you have been of help orchestrating as a forward. How are you with this?
Kung sino lang nasa lineup namin, sinatsaga lang namin, and also kung sino lang kailangan, step up lang. Kaya communicative, and sa mga Parañaqueños, and thank you sa suporta namin.
Maraming salamat, Art De La Cruz. JP, napakalaking bagay ng role at position mo ngayong gabi kasi clearly ang lalaki ng kalaban nyo. Paano nyo to pinaghandaan?
Pinaghandaan namin siyang mabuti through teamwork kasi alam namin na mapapalaban kami. Gaya na sabi mo, malalaki yung Davao. Pinaghandaan namin siyang mabuti. Gaya ng extra shooting namin to force them to go outside. Tsaka alam naming mahihirapan talaga kami sa size ng Davao.
Lalo ka na. Siguradong marami kang trabaho ngayong gabi, JP. Pero anong gusto mo sabihin sa lahat ng taga Parañaque na walang sawang sumusuporta sa inyo dito sa loob ng Olivares College Gym?
Maraming salamat sa lahat ng taga Parañaque na pumunta dito kahit hindi maganda yung panahon. Ramdam pa rin namin yung 100% na suporta nyo. Sana huwag kayong magsawa. Tong game na to para sa inyo.
Maraming salamat, JP Sarao. Now it's gonna be Davao versus Parañaque. Miguel Parade, take it away.
And here we go, mga kaliga, with our main game here at the Olivares College Gym in Parañaque City. It's Davao Occidental Tigers versus your Parañaque Patriots. Live on the official MPBL Facebook page, YouTube channel, MPTV Signal Channel 98, MPTV Channel 53 on satellite, and on Pilipinas Live app. The 2024 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 6, presented by Extreme. Here are the starters. Beginning with the MPBL Lacan Season Champions, the Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Live. Starting at guard number 40, the Combat Jet, JK Casino. Also at guard number 3, Mac Talio. Center number 9, Chris Lalata. Forward number 15, Kit Aguvida. And the other forward number 18, Art De La Cruz. The Davao Occidental Tigers will be led by Andy Mejos, with Noli Mejos, VL Sandalo, Noy Bonleon, and James Bartolome. Team managers are Arvin Bonleon and Joey Protasio. And now Olivares College Gym, get on your feet, cause it's time to meet the starting unit of your Parañaque Patriots. Starting at forward number 10, Joshua Galliano. Forward number 42, Lian Martel. Center number 7, Christian Big Boy Hernandez. One guard number 18, Philip Manalang. And the other guard number 9, Jello Rason. The head coach for your Parañaque Patriots is Mike Sagigit. Assistant coaches, Stephen Mopera, Philip De La Cruz, Al Vergara, Lito Aguilar, Syke Miguelino, and Olan Santos. Assistant team managers are Joel
We have
Mendoza
our
and
starters brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. JK Casino, Mac Talio, Chris Dalata, Keith Agovida, and Art De La Cruz for the Davao Occidental Tigers. And then for Parañaque, we have Philip Manalang, Jello Razon, Christian Hernandez, Lian Martel, and Joshua Galliano. Thank you for joining us as we come to you live from the Olivares College Gym, featuring one of the most passionate crowds in MPBL history. Coach Christian has argued their consistency from Season 1. Even Art De La Cruz told us a while ago that he's so surprised with how loud it is here in Olivares.
Well, That's because it's first time this season to play here, and if I may add to your statement, loyal fans too, because it was not all beds and roses every season, meaning a playoff team itong Parañaque. But every time they would host here, it always feels like a playoff atmosphere. Punong-puno, nakadilaw pa, may balloons pa. It's one thing when the management supports, it's another when the fans also support is there.
Philip Manalang has just called for a foul as he tried to swipe the ball. That's good sportsmanship by Chris Lalata. Manalang has been a spark plug in that point guard position for the Patriots, able to help out Jello Razon with the guard duties of Parañaque. Keith Pido can come off the bench. And even though Markey is gone from this team, they were able to carry over the teachings that they have gotten from him. The Bible studies have continued as well. The discipline is there for these Patriots as they continue to be a playoff squad.
Well,
a charge.
Sometimes you just gotta move on. And to your point, even after he left, you know, a little bumps and bruises were there with the losses, but able to get back on track as they are on a 2-game winning streak. And Philip Manalang opens the game up with a beautiful drive with his strong right.
Philip Manalang came from the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards as the champion himself alongside JP Sarao. And there's the escape by Chris Lalata, formerly of Bicol.
Welcome back to the MPBL, and I say that because it's been quite a while since he suited up here in the MPBL. And he used to be like a pogo stick player and looks to be in good shape now, still with that youth athleticism that we just saw with a blow-by against Hernandez.
That's a traveling violation called on Chris Lalata, who was hounded by big boy Hernandez, who has played with Paulo Hubalde for the longest time. Now he has a different point guard in Manalang working with him. By the way,
not so bad, huh?
Yeah, not so bad.
Top 10 in assist din yan, si Manalang.
To be exact, Manalang is number 8, averaging 6 dimes per game. Recovery for Razon. Big boy will fire. Hernandez won't get the bounce. Offensive rebound. Manalang. Screen by Lian Martel. Phillips, step back, three-pointer. Yes, sir!
Well, how about the separation he created after the ball screen on top? And the jump shot to drain the basket.
5-2. Over 2 minutes gone by. Kita Govida. Up top to Mac Talio. They go to the left. J.K. Casino. Screen by De La Cruz. Blitzed. 7 on the shot clock. Lalata will fire. Off to the left. Rebound. Razon stolen away, and Talio is fouled.
Had the right thing in mind was Jello Razon as he crashed the board from the outside, but did not. Held on to the ball strong enough. This was the ball screen. Defense goes under. A dare shot really by De La Cruz. Manalang makes him pay.
That's our three-point shot brought to you by Extreme. One-stop shop appliances. Spider-Mac making his first free throw. Had 20 in his first game with Davao. His career high in the MPBL is 31. But this is a guy who actually got quite known after scoring 81 points in a Panalay game.
Right. And I think having him in this team automatically gives them a 15 to 20 point scorer and maybe some leadership considering all his experience around the basketball world. And after a jump shot right there, is it gonna count? Hernandez is on the floor.
It seems like Lalata hit him. Gonna have to see the replay on that one. There's a good chance that this basket would count for Lian Martel.
It should count.
Natamaan sa mukha.
Oh, I thought it was incidental because Lalata felt having better position for the rebound that Hernandez was holding him on the hips, excuse me. And then he's trying to sell the call with his hands as he tried to jump in the air. Kaya tumama yung right arm niya sa ulo ni Hernandez sa likod.
Yeah, it did not seem intentional at all from Chris Lalata.
Well, sometimes who knows? Players are so good nowadays. Even, of trying to, maybe with intent or not, it may look like it was intentional. It could be otherwise, and also vice versa, if you know what I mean.
Kumbaga, minsan nga nabibiro natin na magaling na silang actors sa basketball.
Because they do this every day. And they've been doing this for a lot of the players, exaggerating, for a lifetime. And anytime you do something 10,000 times, okay, thousands.
That's the number, 10,000.
I mean, you're an expert because the road to the MPBL, the usual road, is that I would say 95% of our players played high school, at least. You say they played maybe ngayon, start, lalo na ngayon, mas maaga, as early as grade 4, nagsisimula na. Diba? But let's say they started grade 8, and then they practice every day in the college and the pros. For sure, more than 10,000 times.
Okay, so the official call is a foul on Big Boy Hernandez and a warning on Chris Lalata. Nothing too drastic.
And
Davao has possession.
Part of that is not only the skills to get better, but the in-between. Tulad doon yung mga acting jobs.
7-4, Keith Agovida. Baseline, no kick out, that's a turnover. Some good, tough physical defense by the Patriots. And speaking of physicality, they might have learned a thing or two as well from Mark Gee, who knows a lot about the physicality in the MPBL.
And I think the most important part there before he left, as a warning is called, one of the assistant coaches. I think the most important part, even though they parted ways, is that Markey left the team with a winning record.
Yes. Jello Razon. They go to Martel, who lost his balance. And there's a push apparently by Art de la Cruz.
From behind.
A lot of calls here. With over 3 minutes gone by, Parañaque is up by 3. Galliano. On to Hernandez. They swing it over. Jello Razon. Martel showing himself. They go to Big Boy. Given some space there. 5 on the shot clock. Manalang goes right. Philip pulls up. That's good.
Well, Manalang is really looking confident of looking for his offense. 7 points, 7 of the 9 points for Parañaque.
And he hasn't missed 3 out of 3 so far. A miss by Davao. Recovery Lalata. Manalang gets it. 2-on-2 action. Manalang drives. Manalang will score! Remember when he was in college, he would miss a couple of layups here and there. Now it seems like he's more calculated as Agovida answers back.
Just like that shot by Agovida. Nabanggit mo, no? Mactalio, 81. Agovida has a record of his own sa mas mabigat pa na liga, sa NCAA Juniors.
Right.
How many points yun?
I think it was 105.
105. My
Crazy.
goodness.
Now we have our fast break of the game brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. Philip Manalang. One guy ahead of him. No problem.
And look at that change of pace, left to right cross. Finish by Philip Manalang. Strong start for him.
5 on the shot clock. Manalang down the middle. There's the feed. Big Boy Hernandez. A good look. In and out. Rebound Casino.
That's a
There's
foul.
a foul.
Galliano.
Joshua Galliano is the homegrown star of Olivares College. As a Sea Lion himself, this is where he plays and trains after all. Now we have John Oduba checking in for the first time. He has raised his game this season. Number 3 in the league in rebounding at 9.5 per outing.
Second also in offensive rebounding at 4. Hindi naman magpapahuli si Art de la Cruz sa defensive rebounding. Pang-8 siya with almost 6 defensive rebounds.
7-11, Manalang, caging, attacking, basket and one for Philip Manalang. What a start for Philip Manalang, 11 out of the 13 points of the Patriots.
And you like also how Parañaque is spacing the floor. This was in semi-transition. Always tough to guard is a drag screen in semi-transition. You see the drop by Lalata is just too deep. Lalata is pretty athletic to block that shot, but sometimes better offense just trumps good defense.
Manalang still hasn't missed 5 out of 5. That's his first miss, but it's from the stripe as John Oduba cleans up that mess.
Don't you just love it when the players make us look like genius? Well, geniuses, whatever. Kakapasok lang. Offensive rebound kagad ang pinakita ni Oduba. Look at the field goal shooting, 70% for Parañaque. Davao struggling, 2 of 6.
De La Cruz, short. Recovery for Galeano. Forward pass, what a feed. And here's John Oduba who will wait for his teammates. Jello Razon, back to John, opening. A miss. Sa kabila. De La Cruz hands it off. Kita Govida down the middle. He spins. Great balance.
Now, Keith Agovida is a type of player that plays on his own pace. Considering the atmosphere, the type of intensity this game has started out, you can see kahit sa galaw na yun, kontra-tempo lang siya.
Right.
After the nudge, as he drove to the middle, pagkabangga niya, ganda ng timing ng spin niya for him to be rewarded with 2 free throws.
At ngayon, ito na ang timing ni Mika Abesames for her report.
I asked Keith Agovida, nasasanay ka na ba sa lahat ng attention na binibigay sa'yo ng coaches, fans, kahit kaming panel? He humbly said, sa totoo lang nagugulat ako. Bench player lang kasi ako, pero grabe yung tiwala na binigay sa akin ni Coach Ralph sa Rizal. Doon nag-umpisa yung start na babad ako. At ngayon dito rin sa Davao, nag-carry over din kay Coach Manu. Isang simpleng role player lang ako, pero naisip ko na kailangan ko na grab yung opportunities and he started converting. Para sa swimmer na walang hilig sa basketball growing up, he is here as an X-factor in every team he joins. Migs and Coach Chris.
Ibang klase ang humility nitong si Keith Agovida.
And how about the change in perspective? Alam mo, yung dalawang anak ko, I have 3 boys, yung dalawa, nagbabasketball, papaswimming ko na muna. Baka sakaling maka 105 points din.
Yung palang formula.
Bago mag-college. Yung palang formula. Thank you, Mika.
Keith Agovida actually has quite a reputation of being a Pampanga stopper. Last year, he was able to defeat the Giant Lanterns as a part of Makati. Then he transferred to Rizal, which beat Pampanga in the first game of the season.
Right. What I like about him, and I think this is probably the second time we've discussed about it, is that even while the achievement of scoring 105 in high school, and remember, he was so young, he was a teenager at that time. For him to handle that well and not to be labeled that only, because a lot of kids get stuck with that their whole lifetime.
Right.
That it hinders their career moving forward, especially to the next level. But you see him playing in college, you see him also playing in the pros, in the PBA, you see him right now in the PBA, being one of the more important players right now, before in Rizal, now in Davao. Yun yung kagandahan doon.
It's 16-7.
Some people get stuck with when they get a taste of that success.
It got into their mind already. As now, it's Yusei Koga who brings down the ball. They're trailing. Koga in and out. Rebound. Onto Jamal Vizcara.
Another former teammate. Every game na lang meron.
Manalang, nice feed. Oduba will attack. Side step. Oduba. No bounce. And Davao will get possession. Paulo Castro will now check in for the first time. He actually scored well at 23 in their win versus Bicol.
And I believe that can be the start of, possibly something not only good for him, but for the team. Because I followed, Paulo's career that started here in Parañaque. And then he went around, in Bacoor. And then started this year with, a few injuries here and there. Now let's see if he could follow through here in a big game against a big team in Davao.
JP Sarao misses, rebound Sarangay. To your point about Paulo Castro, he was once upon a time a leading scorer in the MPBL.
20 points, 22 points per game.
That was back in season 2 as Custodio just missed. And here come the Patriots, Keith Pido.
With this team, Parañaque.
Yes. Pull up, Castro, too strong. Rebound Davao. They go to Koga. Yusei will fire. Too strong. Now Parañaque slows down with 2 minutes and change to go in the opening frame. Pido to Castro. Sarao, Paulo, layup. He's so used to that set. Just a sorry miss. Bonbon, forward pass. That's TH Tumalip for 2.
3 yellow shirts went down past half court. The problem was the ring is on the other side of the floor. And it was not enough. Bomba Custodio with a nice feed.
We're back with John Aduba. On to Jamal Vizcara. Tried to look for John to no avail. Keith Pido, lob. Good defense by Tumalip. Terrence brings it down. Met by a good defender in Pido. Sarangay, Custodio. And now, it's Dariel Baila, another returning player. Dariel in trouble. Kick out. Tumalip. 7 on the shot clock. TH, no sir. Follow. Yes, napaganda pa.
A lot of similarities between Tumalip's game and also Agovida. You see how composed he was right here. Hindi madaling iwanan si Pido. Siya nagbabantay on ball noon. And Tumalip does not give up on the first shot. Gets his own rebound. 2+1 coming up.
The other lefty able to convert from the stripe. And the 2 starting big men will now return for Coach Mike Sagigit in Lian Martel and Big Boy Hernandez. That's actually quite the front line for Parañaque.
Nabanggit nga natin, Tumalip, no? 10 points, 10 rebounds in the last game. And 26 minutes of play.
16-12. Martel. On to Pido to try to counter the mini run of Davao. Castro. 7 on the shot clock. Paulo. On to Jamal Vizcara. That's a walk.
Offense really going nowhere. I thought Castro had a shot on the right side when the defense went under the screen.
Under 45 seconds. Tumalip onto his roller. Baila, Koga, Custodio.
That's a shot.
Too easy.
That's a shot. Bonbon Custodio can shoot it from the outside, but his comfort zone, as he looks at me, wala, konti na lang daw yung talon niya. Yung pinag-uusapan namin eh. When they were warming up, Bonbon, nakakatalong ka pa ba? Hindi na. Sabi niya.
What matters is the 2 points that he just got.
Right.
And did he force the turnover? Not yet.
Yeah.
Let's see that 1-inch vertical of Bonbon Custodio. Well enough to score. And we just heard some noise in the crowd because J.R. Olegario,
Crowd favorite.
a homegrown, just checked in. He's quite a legend here in Parañaque, by the way.
Olegario, Madayag, Manligues. And yung mga paboritong player ng Boss Sedek natin eh.
The Little Giants. As Big Boy Hernandez scores again. Sarangay from half court. He almost made it.
Ringless, but not the good kind, as Nico Ramos would say.
And so, we end the first quarter with a tally of 18-14. Let's feature the guy who scored a ton for the Patriots in the opening frame. Philip Manalang's already in double figures.
11 points for him. And obviously, 11 of the 18. Maganda pa rito. Parang lahat ng ginawa niya nung first half. Tama eh. You know, it sets the tone for them. And you wonder, energy-wise, if he can still have the same energy all throughout the next 3 quarters.
This first quarter score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX.
Back at the Olivares College Gym for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Lamang siguro kami sa backcourt, sabi ni Coach Mike Sagigit. But sa frontline, they have enforcers, athletic big men, and Agovida as an X factor. We are playing them at a time na nabuo na sila with Mac Talio as an added scorer. So as always, he asked the boys to take advantage of this opportunity. And the reward, dahil tabi sila sa standings, if they win this, they could be number 5 as we mentioned. Huge deal for a father with growing children, as he calls them. Migs, Coach Chris.
You would know about that, Coach Christian, but
Tell me about it.
did just describe what's happening in the South Division. We've argued na kapag nanalo ka against a team in your own division, it's like having 2 wins.
Right. Malaking bagay yun eh. Kasi +1, -1.
Yes.
Lalo na considering itong dalawang koponan, number 5, number 6 sila.
At kung magtabla by the end of the season, the winner of the regular season matchup would get the higher seed.
Correct. Winner over the other.
There's a foul inside as Martel will now proceed to the line.
It's just one of those games na posible mong balikan at ayaw mong masabi na what if, you know, or sayang.
Kyle Napes has checked in. This is his second appearance as a Davao Occidental Tiger.
Good to see him back in an MPBL uniform.
Martel missing on his first free throw. Ito, ang tagal ng kasama ng Patriots. Si Lian Martel.
Oo.
He was actually a backup since last year. Lian converts. 19-14. Terrence Tumalib onto Ryusei Koga. Against JR Olegario. Pressure defense by JR. Koga going right. Popping out is Kyle Napes. 10 on the shot clock. Where will Davao go? Tumalip against Pido. 5 seconds. Terrence. 2 seconds. Custodio. Double pump. No good. And that's going to be a shot clock violation.
Sabi ni Bonmo kay Tumalib, itira mo na, sa akin patuloy na punta yung turnover. Pero tama naman siya kasi alanganin na yung pagbigay sa kanya ng bola. Wala na siyang ibang gagawin doon. Muntik pa siya mapalpal kaya he had to double clutch tulad ng nasabi mo.
Hernandez, high-low. Martel turns around. Lian, no good. Rebound Sarangay. Now it's Ryusei Koga. Forward pass. On to Bonbon Custodio. Against Jamal Vizcara. The trailer is Mark. Blocking foul.
Good thing a foul was called right there because masyadong masikip na in the paint. Usually when you see one guy drive and he passes the ball, that means you're open. If you follow up with a redrive, it will clog the paint and nothing really happens. Fortunate that time Davao or Parañaque was called for a foul for Davao.
J.K. Casino is back. What can he do with this offense of Davao? Drive and kick, almost a steal by Olegario.
Great effort right there. Help switch as Olegario was guarding on the ball with J.K. Casino. And J.K. Casino thought he had an open pass to the corner, but Olegario peeled off his man to anticipate that one.
Baseline inbound. Now it's Tumalip who had to fire. Way off. Keith Pido brings it down. Pido not using the screen. Inside, that's a steal. It's been quite messy. Casino. Up top, Kyle Napes, who has that shot. A three-pointer for Kyle.
Spot on, because Kyle Napes was waiting for 2 seconds to get that pass. Casino gives it to him after the empty corner ball screen. Makes his first shot of the game.
Jamal Vizcarra tapped away. That's another turnover and a breakaway layup for Bonbon Custodio. Coach Chris, we've seen 10 turnovers so far in this game and only 7 assists.
Parañaque, because of Philip Manalang, was off to a blistering start. And to your point, 4 turnovers for Parañaque, 6 for Davao, and a lot of one-on-one plays.
Pido able to score. It's 21-19. Almost 3 minutes gone by in the second. The starters are set to return.
Isolation on top, 1-4 baseline.
Custodio scores.
It's always like practice game for Bonbon Custodio. If you followed his career back in UE, he's always played in his own pace. You can never speed him up. It's always like a practice shot for him.
And he's a champion himself here in the MPBL back in Season 3. 21 all. It's a traveling violation. Yet another turnover. The starters are back. Philip Manalang, Jello Razon, and Joshua Galliano. As we take a look at our fast break of the game, brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. Bonbon Custodio, napaka-chill. Parang practice lang.
Tito layup kung tawagin, pero ang diferensya si Bonbon Custodio nasa mamang liga, MPBL.
We have a timeout. Deadlock at 21. Presenting our Suzuki muscular and sporty fan of the game, just like the Avenus, do more and achieve more with the muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki. The Avenus, oras na para magmotor.
Malakas ang ulan ngayon, no? And tingin ko, raining motors din sa halftime.
Yeah, you made that prediction. What, in the first game? Second game?
I don't know, first, second game, ang importante, mangyari.
Tignan natin.
Para masaya naman yung pag-uwi ng magandang crowd na to. Di ba?
Again, a big shout out to all of these Parañaqueños, Vice Mayor John Villaferte as well, for all of her passion in this Patriot squad. A miss by Custodio, and there's a foul on the loose ball as Oduba was hit by Napes. Unintentionally, of course. Davao actually trailed by as many as 9 in this game.
Dahil kay Philip Manalang yun. Ngayon, nasa loob na siya ulit.
Let's see the replay. Na-rebound na ni Oduba at
Yun,
ayun.
kaliwang kamay ni Napes. Incidental.
Tried to swipe to no avail. And so now it's Joshua Galliano with a mismatch against Custodio. And there is a foul.
On Bonbon.
I'm not sure what he's trying to demo to our referee. Galliano inbounds. Razon, one more feed. Sara will finish.
Well, how about that cut by Razon? As the defense was anticipating that pinch post get option, he goes the other way and takes what the defense gives him and makes a nice dime for the drop-off. Napes with his second one. and with a kiss to his wife Ira, who is somewhere in the crowd.
That's a usual celebration by Kyle Nepes. 24-23. More importantly, Davao now has the advantage for the first time in this game. And now they just forced a turnover. Custodio on the move. Custodio feeds. What a pass. Dave Arana for three. Too strong. Counter by Parañaque. Galliano. Manalang for three. Short. That's his first miss. 5 out of 6 is Philip Manalang. Custodio tried to split the D and he was fouled.
And he used to be really good at that. I think he's still good at it, minus the speed, because it was the right thing to do, kaya napilitan itong si Sarao to stick his hand out. Kung hindi, split talaga yun.
Davao will inbound. J.K. Casino goes to Chris Lalata, who's actually a former Olivares Sea Lion as well. That's given to us by Michael Abalos, one of our statisticians. Thank you for the info, boy. Talio, good defense by Razon. And here's Philip Manalang. Handoff, Razon. Uduba, given space, a three, short. Things have slowed down for the Patriots. Casino, an opening. He fires and misses. Rebound Uduba. Jello. They go to Galliano. Screen by Uduba. They swing it over. Razon for three. Yes!
Well, Jero Razon, I think he's the type of player that you want to take away the shot. You want to force him to put the ball on the deck and try to make him beat you off the dribble, because I think that's his shot, a catch and shoot three, even if it's 2 steps behind the line.
Razon is now 1 out of 2 from downtown. Lalata in trouble, unable to score. Manalang will push. Philip feeds. Razon, another three, short. Rebound, Galliano. And that's not the best of passes. Davao is down by 2. Rana had to slow down. They did not have numbers. Dave Arana. The pull-up. No good. Rebound to Uduba again. Uduba, by the way, already has 9 rebounds in this game. He has already matched his season average. John almost traveled. Galliano, 7 on the shot clock. Joshua will score.
Now, defensively, you don't want to stop, especially when actions are happening, and that's what happened between that big-to-big action, I believe, by Lalata and Kyle Nepes. And that's a clean look by Galliano for the short jumper.
Talio drives, 1-2, what a beauty.
There's a reason why people call it a Pinoy step. Mac Talio reminding us he's one of the guys that knows how to do that.
28-26, the offense now starting to get going once again. Galliano spins, no good, rebound Nepes. And we're back with Spider-Mac. Talio drives, Talio is fouled, basket and one.
Now what I tell you, once upon a time, Mac Talio was the best finisher in the league. The difference right now in season 6, he still has that ability to split the defense and get to the rim. The only difference, just a little lift.
Yeah.
Pero ang importante naman, yung kiss off the glass at pumasok.
Well, that once upon a time was in season 3, which was 5 years ago.
Right, before the pandemic.
As we know, 5 years in a basketball player's career is actually long.
That's a ton. That's a ton. Especially, I don't know what he did during the pandemic, but just like most, you would assume, may mga ilang buwan siguro hindi naglaro yan. Manalang continues to stay hot in this first half.
Yes, 14 points. Philip Manalang is trying to make his cousin Mickey Concepcion proud, who's celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday, Mickey.
Happy birthday po.
De La Cruz, kick out. Back to Art. That's a strong shoulder.
I think the key there is the kick out and the repost because you get better position. So credit Custodio also for feeding his big man immediately after the kick out. And De La Cruz showing the touch with his strong left.
This 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Philip Manalang. He looks comfortable at that left wing so far in this game.
Warrior to warrior, no?
Yeah. Different generations of UE players. Manalang able to convert versus Bonbon Custodio. It's now 31-30. We are coming back to you live from the Olivares College Gym in Parañaque. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Coach Christian Lunzon and Mika Abesamis. We're seeing the very passionate crowd of Parañaque. Some more here at the sideline as you witness the battle of two teams who are looking for that 5th spot in the South Division race. And there we see our two VIPs.
Isa lang. Tama.
Dalawa.
Hindi, tama, dalawa. Si Mika at si Riley. Tama, dalawa nga lang.
Big shout out to Riley, the daughter of our very own Sidel Tupas, of course. And we have our VIPs, attorney Glenn Gacal joins the crew at the sideline with the Hamoras, Rudy Distrito, Joe Ramos, and Emer Oreta.
You see what Sedelf is doing to us right now? He's putting pressure on us that kahit walang trabaho, kailangan magpakita ka pa rin.
Of course.
Why are you doing that? I mean, hindi ka kailangan dito, ba't ka nandito?
It's just pure dedication from the boss.
Oh my gosh. Such pressure that our boss Sedelf is putting on us.
Now, Mika Abesamis just gave her earpiece to Sedel.
Not even a point. He didn't even appoint himself to sit here and then he's here. The pressure he's putting on us, oh my gosh.
At may dagdag pressure pa mula kay Riley. Pinapantayan din tayo.
Oo. So parang sinasabi niya, pag ginawa ko rin niya, kailangan ko rin sama mga anak ko.
Oh, you know, that's actually a good idea, Coach Chris. Bring your whole family in the MPBL. As now there's a miss by John Umali and a loose ball foul. And it's called an unspro on Bonbon Custodio.
Mabigat to. Mabigat to para sa Davao because I know it's only a 1-point game, but apart from the first half, they've been in control of this second quarter.
This play of the game is brought to you by Suzuki. Talk about a guy who's in control. 1-2 Pinoy step as per use for Mac Talio. Davao is already playing in this game without Kenneth Ighalo and their head coach. So it's going to be a long night in the absence of Coach Manu Inigo. We hope that they're doing well. John Oduba fell down.
Off the ball, Umali kakapasok lamang. And I was surprised he drove the ball because usually Umali will look for his shot, who is dubbed as the Mark Pangilinan Jr. of the MPBL. Dahil he's a specialist. He's a specialist. He's a master. He's a 3-point specialist.
John O'Malley is supposed to be the Luka Doncic of Parañaque. And then we went to Mark Pangilinan.
Mark Pangilinan Jr. Yeah.
By the way, he's a coach nowadays.
Mark Pangilinan.
Si Tito Mark Pangilinan.
Oo, sa Quezon.
Oo.
Diba?
Very proud of him.
He's playing for Quezon. I believe he's somewhat still connected to the Quezon team kasi ang maganda kasi sa Quezon na sana gayahin ang karamihan ng mga teams natin. Alam ko may mga ibang teams gumagawa. Ang dami nilang programa, of trying to give back to their city. May mga clinics. Si former player now, assistant coach I believe, si Jeric
Teng, you're correct. Assistant na rin siya.
Ibig sabihin, marami siyang mga mga off-the-court duties and yung mga activities para sa mga taga Quezon. Basketball clinics,
That's
mga ganun.
beautiful.
Maganda nga yun
And by the way, we also have to note that they have junior MPBL teams.
Right.
Tatlong koponan na yun
Correct.
of future stars.
Correct.
There's another foul. Or was it a lane violation?
Well, I'm sure may ibang teams may mga ganyan din, no? Pero,
Marami-rami na actually.
right. And, syempre, ang goal dyan, maganda sana, at least for this season, all 29 teams would have, the same kind of program.
The good thing is there is progress. As John Oduba was able to score from the stripe. It is 33-30 with 1 minute and 10 to go before halftime. J.K. Casino doubled. There's the feed onto a homegrown. A miss by Salubre, who now tries again and he scores.
I really like how determined he was to score that time, so much that he missed his own shot and was the one to get it, because his job right now is to defend Philip Manalang. Inaasawa, kumbaga, as termed by coaches and players. Asawahin mo.
They were able to deny Philip. Angelo Razon was called for a turnover off of that good defense by J.K. Casino. Coach Mike Sagigit is by the half-court line.
Hindi man involved ang crowd at this moment, pero ang hirap din magkarinigan dito sa lakas ng ulan.
Right. Stay safe, everybody. 40 seconds. Davao down by 1. This is their other homegrown backing down. Nice spin to the baseline, but it's a traveling violation against Vincent Campo.
Too many steps.
We have a timeout. Parañaque looking to capitalize in the last 33 seconds. Let's take a short break. We have the top scorers of Davao Occidental combining for 18. It's actually 6 per player. Bonbon Custodio, Kyle Napes, and Mac Talio.
Well, Mac Talio started this game. The other two coming off the bench in Napes and Custodio. And their production, those three, I think are going to be important for Davao, not only in this game, but moving forward. 1, they have the experience. 2, they have the talent. 3, guys like De La Cruz, guys like even Casino, kulang pag sila lang Kenny Halo when he comes back, because this is a team who's going to take a collective effort for them to get to what their goal is.
Well, this is a championship program already in the MPBL,
right.
So the standard is that high for Davao Occidental.
The standard is high for each division, period. I think this is the most loaded team season we've had so far in 6 seasons. It's like 7 teams are contenders.
Another timeout, 33-32. We have the next 3 games of Davao Occidental. On July 15, they will go to San Andres, take on the Manila SV Batang Sampaloc squad. On July 20, it's Mindoro, and on July 29, that's gonna be one matchup to watch out for, because in seasons 2 and 3 of the MPBL, there was quite a rivalry between Davao and San Juan.
And they split that one, obviously. Yeah, season 2 was historic in a sense that in the fashion or the manner that they won. And the coaching staff livid right now. pointing to our officials.
Yeah, but we shall continue.
Right.
Baseline inbound.
You gotta admire the patience of our officials. If that was me, everybody on the bench probably would have gotten a technical, I tell you.
Mactalia will fire. In and out. 6 seconds. Jello Razon on the move. There's the feed. Stolen away by Art de la Cruz. Counter steal. Leon Martel went crashing at the side. He's good to go. 3/10 of a second remaining. And that Davao bench is still very animated.
Well, it's definitely something. Obviously, they wouldn't react this way if it was nothing.
All right, we'll let them sort this out. After all, we're already at halftime. It's a 1-point game, 33-32 in favor of the Parañaque Patriots, who actually had such a nice start. They led by 4 after the opening frame. The biggest lead was 9. This halftime score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX.
at Olivares College Gym for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. My name is Mika Abesamis, and right now I am joined by three very special guests. Sir Arvin Bonleon, the team manager of Davao, Vice Mayor Joan Villafuerte, the team owner of the Parañaque Patriots, and Congressman Edwin Olivares of the 1st District of Parañaque. Magandang gabi po, ma'am and sirs. Sir Arvin, napakagandang laban po ang napapanood natin ngayon. Definitely a good challenge for both teams. How are you enjoying this game, sir?
Of course, talagang maganda yung laban ngayon dahil magkasunod kami sa standing. Pang-5 kami, pang-6 sila. Kung sino manalo dito, aakyat sa ranking. At besides, kailangan na manalo dahil galing kami sa talo. At next game namin is Manila Stars.
Maraming salamat, sir. Meron po ba kayong mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Of course, sa lahat ng taga Davao Occidental, Santa Maria, Davao Region at Davao City. At sa lahat ng sumusuporta ng MPBL, salamat po.
Maraming salamat once again, Sir Arvin Bonleon, the team manager of Davao. Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, rain or shine, ang ganda pa rin ng pinapakita ng Patriots. Nakakapag-adjust sila kahit medyo maingay dito sa gym dahil sa ulan. Ano pong gusto niyo sabihin sa Patriots ngayong gabi?
Talagang pinaghandaan namin itong laro na ito at alam namin malakas din ang Davao team, ano? At sabi ko nga sa kanila, kailangan nating manalo. Bumawi tayo para ipakita naman natin sa mga taga Parañaque na sinusuklian natin yung kanilang suporta. Pero talagang sa araw-araw na practice, yun talaga yung nasa isip namin. Kailangan maipanalo namin itong gabi na ito para sa mga taga Parañaque.
Napakaganda po niyan, ma'am. At yan naman ang nakikita natin dito sa larong ito. Kong, good evening po. Ano pong gusto niyo sabihin sa lahat ng supporters ng Parañaque na nandito po ngayon sa loob ng Olivares College Gym?
Kita natin, Mika, full pack tayo rito ngayon sa Coliseum natin. Gusto ko lang batiin na lahat po ng mga taga Parañaque sa walang sawa ng suporta sa ating Parañaque Patriot. At gusto ko ipaalam sa kanila, by next year, magkakaroon ng sariling bahay na ang Parañaque Patriot. Ginagawa na ng city government, ng ating mayor, ng ating vice mayor, yung ating Coliseum. It's a 4,000 seating capacity doon sa compound ng Parañaque City College.
That is great and big news po, of course, coming from Congressman Edwin Olivares. Maraming salamat, sir. Ma'am, alam ko po na maraming tumutulong sa inyo na mabuo itong Parañaque Patriots. Go ahead and pasalamatan niyo po sila, ma'am.
Pinapasalamatan namin ang mga sponsors namin kaya nananatiling buhay ang team. Siyempre si Kuya Edwin Olivares, ang aming congressman, Mayor Eric Olivares. Ganon din ang Okada Manila, ang C+, our official hydration partner, Top.ph, Vikings. At siyempre gusto kong batiin ng lahat ng mga sumusuporta. Nandiyan si Councilor Paulo Olivares, Councilor Marvin Santos, Councilor Tines Plana, pati mga department heads namin sa City Hall, si Miss Vivian Gabriel and Sec Gabriel, si Miss Guada Goles, pati mga kaparian ng Parañaque. Naku, nandito, Father Kevin Crisostomo, Father Jimboy Caspis, maraming salamat po sa pagsuporta at pagdarasal para sa ating team, kay Kagawad Marlo Ablan, kay Presinil Portillo ng Romvi Hoa, at sa lahat ng mga taga Parañaque. Akala namin hindi kami mapupuno kasi may pasok bukas. No, maraming salamat. Umulan umaraw, nandyan kayo para sa Parañaque Patriots. Atin to, Parañaque.
Maraming salamat po. Once again, the very supportive Vice Mayor Joan Villafuerte, the team owner of the Parañaque Patriots, and Congressman Edwin Olivares of the 1st District of Parañaque. Magbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
We are coming back to you live from the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in the city of San Juan. And now we have the Muntinlupa Cagers looking to get back-to-back victories after winning versus Marikina in their previous outing. They will take on the debuting Michael Wico for the Pangasinan Heatwaves. Time, 5 seconds. Makoy for 3. That is good. And Muntinlupa has the lead.
Big shot. The three-pointers have been falling here in the 4th quarter.
Down by 1. Bounce pass. Ian Melencio for 2. Yes, sir!
To facilitate para sa Pangasinan and not take the big shot. Oh, my goodness!
Alfred Flores with that double cross. 10 seconds for Hesed Gabo. This is for glory. Gabo Almost lost the ball. 4 seconds. He fires and scores! One second to go. Muntinlupa needs a Hail Mary. Galicia, Flores, the prayer. No good! And Hesed Gabo wins the game for the Pangasinan Heatwaves.
A lot of people have been talking them down, and he told me one thing. Enjoy na nila na nasa baba kami because we will be on top once again.
Oh, he did mention, ever since winning the title in Season 4, they've had targets on their backs. That's even after Pampanga won the chip.
Even though ikaw yung best player of the game, I have to ask this. Yun bang winning shot ni Hesed Gabo para sa kanya talaga yung play na yun?
Siguro para sa team kasi kailangan talaga namin manalo, so pinapractice namin yon every practice. Siguro pumasok talaga para sa amin.
Here inside the Caloocan Sports Complex, 67-65. Aaron Hiruta bringing down the ball against DH Tumalip. Now it's Josh Flores. Cabanag versus Kenneth Ighalo. Jeramer drives. Cabanag, tough shot. He scores! After he was stuck at 18 points for quite a while. Pass inside, kick out. Tumalip for 3. That's good! It's a 1-point game. He needs a teammate. There's Joelio. A steal! Davao is down by 3, 5 seconds. Agovida for the tie. Yes, sir! Another miracle in the 6th season of the MPBL.
But how about that steal? That was the crucial one. They made it difficult for any inbounds to happen. And so far, Mix, I'm telling you, 3 crucial plays on this side right in front of us. They got 2 turnovers and a steal, and they're pushing it the other way. But there's still time on the clock.
Alley-oop to nobody. Recovery Matias. And that will end regulation. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to overtime. Here we go. Overtime action for Davao Occidental and Caloocan Batang Kalu. Davao's leading scorer, drive and feed. And that's 2 points for Art de la Cruz. Talio might be cramping up.
Yeah, I think so too. He's been holding on to his...
Of the MPBL. Basta ending. Game X. Jeramer Cabanag from downtown.
Jeramer Cabanag staying the course.
De la Cruz will fire. Equalizer for Davao Occidental.
Wow, that was a tough shot by Art de la Cruz. Clock winding.
A 3-pointer to tie the ball game. 3 seconds. Mac Talio. Some space. Talio. No good. And that's it. Caloocan Batang Kalu survives on its home court. Our halftime score is 33-32 in favor of the Parañaque Patriots against the Davao Occidental Tigers. Their biggest lead was actually 9 at 16-7, especially after that hot start by Philip Manalang, who is the leading scorer and the lone guy in double figures in this game at 14. Coach Christian, our numbers.
Well, you look at the numbers right here. Obviously, shooting better is Parañaque, even with lesser shots. Pero pareha sila ng, field goals. A big part of that was because of the bench of Davao. You don't see it on your screens, but malaking bagay kung ba't nakahabol sila. Nabanggit mo nga yung quick start nitong Parañaque leading by 9 because of Philip Manalang bench points 19-9. Napes had 6, Custodio had 6, Tumalip had 5, so that's 17 of the 19 points. This was the beautiful Pinoy step by Mac Talio. And to me, it feels like, you know, the team who gets 2 runs in this half will probably have the better outcome in this game. So far, we've only had 1 run, which is quite unusual in a basketball game. So it goes to show also that both teams with their, you know, schemes on the defensive end has been somewhat on point.
And after all, this is the battle for the number 5 seed in the South Division as Mac Talio drives and feeds. Casino will fire. Short. Ball tapped away in favor of Davao.
And I love that play by Mac Talio. He goes to the left side, but then finds the open man on the other side of the floor. That was a clean look by Casino, just unable to hit. As ball deflected once again by Jello Razon on Mac Talio, who has the task right now. Ito to guard Mac Talio, who had 6 points on only 2 of 5 shooting for 40%. We all know he can explode anytime.
Razon on the other end has 3 points so far, and he's a guy capable of exploding
Same
here
thing,
in Olivares, as Casino scores inside off of a nice feed. 34-33, a minute gone by in the third. This is Mix Gomez, by the way, alongside Coach Christian Luanzon and Mika Abesamis. Almost a steal by Talio. Hernandez gives it up to Joshua Galliano, the star of the Olivares Sea Lions. The spin in the bucket.
Big-to-big screen action switched by Davao. I thought it was good for Davao because Lalata athletic enough to match up against Galliano. Galliano proving otherwise using the spin move.
Pass inside, there's a foul as John Oduba met his former teammate Chris Lalata. And now we present to you our play of the game, brought to you by Suzuki.
So the switch happened right after, and this was the spin move. And how about the control by Galliano, even though there were 3 people with them, 1 teammate and 2 white shirts, but still able to kiss it off the glass.
That's a second conversion of Joshua Galliano to go alongside his 6 rebounds. A foul is called on that drive by Mac Talio.
Yeah, that's something that you want to see Mac Talio doing more. Putting his head down right here. Beautiful inside out, then lift to the same side on the carryover to earn his way to the stripe. Because 2 things can happen there. The first is this one. You can get to the line. Second, even if you miss that, you set up your big man for the offensive rebound.
36-35, the lead is back with Davao Occidental. Now Philip Manalang brings down the ball. He's had to step up as a leader for Parañaque alongside Keith Pido as their new co-captains. It's a steal by Spider-Mac. Lalata on the move. Bounce pass. One more. Agovida will score.
The textbook fast break right there. More passing than the dribbling. Started with a steal by Mac Talio. And the save. And how about the outlet pass? And the 3 passes that led to Agovida's layup.
Oduba misses offensive rebound. Joshua Galliano. And after all, Parañaque is the second best offensive rebounding team in the league at 17.2 per game.
A big part of that is because they have a guy, number 24, in John Oduba. And look at the steal right here, the bounce pass, Casino, the unselfish extra one. Agovida with the finish.
Well, those 2 actually transferred together from Rizal onto Davao. This is Joshua Galliano up top to Philip Manalang. Screen by Oduba. Manalang is blitzed. He needs a teammate. It's a steal. 3-on-1 action. Casino. The trailer is Chris Lalata, who gives us a throwdown.
How many times have we described him, whether on the defensive end or the offensive end, with the word athletic? And now he displays it in fashion. 3-on-1 break. Beautiful steal by Casino. And just like any point guard, when you have a big man running with you, give it to him. Throw it down, Lalata.
Welcome home to Chris Lalata, who once upon a time did enjoy the crowd of Olivares as well. He has felt so nostalgic tonight. Good thing is he has given himself a highlight to remember. It's now 40-35. This is the biggest lead of Davao Occidental. There was a clarification that happened at the sideline, but we are good to go with 7 minutes and 34 remaining in the third.
You're being too nice. That was more than a clarification.
I'm always nice, Coach Chris.
It was 2 levels above clarifications. Look at the steals. How rare does this happen? 11-1.
Yeah.
11-1 steals. Plus 10 ang Davao. And yet, this is only a 5-point game.
Ooh, now there's a tech on Jamal Vizcara. Actually, Parañaque is second to the last in the league in steals.
I find that unbelievable. The team manager, my former teammate, Jamal Vizcara, using profane language.
Well, the technical free throw did not go in, and there's Jamal Vizcara, who's still very unhappy at the sideline. But we're gonna have to move on.
I'm being sarcastic, by the way. But, you know, just like any other heated basketball game, whether it's players or management, lalo na sa ganitong kabigat na laro, nabanggit natin yung importansya nito. Number 5, number 6 coming in, Davao and Parañaque. Malaki yung stakes nito, hindi mo masabi pagdating ng dulo, home court advantage and things like that.
2 on the shot clock. Philip Manalang leads in, no good. And here come the Tigers. J.K. Casino. The feed, Mactalio for 3. Yes, sir.
How about the play of Casino in this quarter? He opens up with a basket. At that time, he was tempted for the lead pass in De La Cruz, but then the kick out to Mactalio for the 3 set him up beautifully for that open transition 3.
Casino had 2 assists in the first 2 quarters of this game.
You see how he sold that pass with the eye? Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, he already has 3 assists in the third quarter. There was actually a cat that passed by down low. Sorry for that pause. Jello Razon misses. Rebound Lalata. This is Mactalio. Able to lose Philip Manalang, and Davao will keep possession.
That's a good stop by Philip Manalang, getting a hand in with the deflection. Allows your defense to set up and somewhat hinders the momentum that Davao is in right now. If that was a layup, that would have pushed the lead to 10. Now they have the chance to stop them 5-on-5.
It's actually been a 17-point swing already in this game after Davao trailed by as many as 9. Where will the answer come from?
They're going to post up Ma.
Casino working with Lalata. Then on the shot clock, Art De La Cruz back to JK. Step back, Casino short. Rebound, Art. And a smart play so that they could keep possession.
Probably lost real estate as he was going down. And to your point, yeah, smart play. Offensive rebound, hit the rim. Fresh 13.
Baseline inbound for J.K. Casino. There's a wet spot on the floor. And now JP Sarao will check in. He will replace Big Boy Hernandez, and he's going to be matched up against Chris Lalata, who's actually his best friend in Olivares.
Great info.
De La Cruz spinning his way out of the defense, and he scores. 4 points for Arth.
Zone.
Manalang splits the D.
Short.
An air ball, Uduba.
Oh,
clean up.
How about the tough angle? Did not even use the board for that stick back.
John Uduba now has 7 points and 11 rebounds in this game.
Off the bench too.
Mac Talio from the corner. In and out. Rebound Uduba. Make it 12 rebounds for him. Philip Manalang. On to Jello Razon. Screen by John. Sarao to the corner.
Good pass.
Manalang for 3. Off to the right. Offensive rebound. Galliano. Same look.
Short.
Same result. Wow, just very unfortunate for Parañaque. But with their effort, they were able to get a foul off of Art de la Cruz.
Extra possessions, keeping Parañaque in this game. Let's see if they could convert on it. Aspido will come in for Manalang.
This crowd is 1 3-pointer away from
exploding
here in Olivares.
You could just feel it, no? Pag nandito ka, you're just waiting for something good to happen, like a 3-pointer, as you mentioned.
Which these Parañaqueños have actually gotten used to. Some comebacks in the second half for their squad. Galliano. 9 on the shot clock. Joshua creating space. Now he goes to Uduba. Not much spacing there. 3 on the shot clock. Uduba misfires.
Not the shot you want.
Halfway done in the third. Art de la Cruz playing point guard. Almost a steal by Pido. And there's a foul. Three fouls on JP.
That's one thing that you don't normally see. A small screening for the big as the handler, as what happened with Talio and De La Cruz.
Now let's go back to Mika Besamis.
As we mentioned earlier, Art de la Cruz is now getting used to the challenge of orchestrating, passing to his teammates as a forward. This is obviously because of the adjustment in the backcourt with the departure of June Manzo. But he is up for this as he was used to being a point forward in his former league. For this game, he told me he bumped into KG Canaleta before this game at binigyan daw siya ng advice to tune out the crowd. Sila daw ang totoong opponent. So that's the goal for the last 2 quarters. Mix and Coach Chris.
Here you have it. This is one of the best crowds in the MPBL after all. A counter steal by Mac Talio. Down the middle he goes. A block by Uduba. Recovery for Arth. And there he is, silencing the crowd.
A terrific job of staying with the basketball. How about the switch of hands in the air? He was going for a right jump hook. Remember, he's left-handed, and he switched it back to his left to prevent the block.
Galliano backing down, no bounce, rebound Agovida. Davao with a chance to push the lead into double figures. Mac Talio trying to lose Pido. He almost stepped out of bounds. And here's Mr. 82 points. Agovida will fire. That's good.
Well, there's a reason why he scored 82 as we correct ourselves by saying 105 in the first half. And the reason is he knows how to put the ball in the hoop. He knows how to score. He knows how to shoot from the outside, as he just showed us. Now, what a big-time basket that was to somewhat silence this crowd. And I say somewhat because it hasn't been really silent here since the start of this game. But look at the difficulty, the degree of difficulty on this shot. Almost fading to his right, hand in his face.
And he does it in his own pace.
Right.
Agovida will now sit down. Medyo napagod doon.
Sa tirang yun.
Oh, Legario. That could have brought the house down. Offensive rebound. Pido. Mid-range. Still no good. It's been a struggle for the Patriots. The shooting of Parañaque is now below 40%, while Davao is near 45%.
Not to mention only 6 points in this quarter.
A charge from Bonbon Custodio. Good defense by J.R. Oligario. Now Lian Martel returns for Joshua Galliano.
Take a look at this once again. Off ball as Custodio was trying to post up.
We're back with the Patriots. Martel for three. No good. Rebound Sarangay. He actually pointed out the rebounding of Davao in the previous game versus Caloocan. Now they're still trailing, but it's not as much compared to their deficit versus Batangkan Kalu.
Another offensive foul in there.
B-Boy it's gonna be, I think, on Pido.
It's going to be on Pido. B-Boy Engyo, number 31 for Davao. First time to check in this game. Former Muntinlupa Cager.
For the longest time,
For
actually.
the longest time, yeah. Davao up by 11, and Davao resting one of their key players.
Custodio, cross court. Now it's Napes up top. That's his shot. Too strong. Rebound to Martel. Who can score for Parañaque? Olegario. He attacks and feeds. JR at the corner. Olegario bothered. He gets it back. Olegario down the middle. Now it's Castro. Paulo, finally.
Sometimes chaos is good, especially when your teammates know where you're going. It looked like the offense was going nowhere as Olegario was running around with the basketball. Paulo Castro with a timely cut and a timely basket to cut the lead down to single digits.
Custodio inside. What a kick out to Napes for three. That's good. How about the execution by Davao?
Big time.
9 points, 3 threes for Kyle Napes. Olegario will miss. And Sarangay had to secure the ball off of his teammate.
2-3 zone for Parañaque.
Sarangay. Engyo, Napes, same look. Different result. Rebound to Martel. Patriots down by 12. Castro. Now it's Sarao. Maneuvering. Basket and one.
It's always good in transition mix when the ball gets to the corner because it pushes the defense down. And ball gets to the corner and eventually gets to the post. Sarao working hard not only when he got the ball, but he had to sprint down from end to end. And what a nice move by Sarao. Feet work.
That's 4 points. Make it 5 now for JP Sarao. A former champion as well with Nueva Ecija back in season 4. Engyo to Sarangay. Lead back down to 9. Custodio on to B-Boy. Back to Bonbon. He attacks and feeds. Engyo wide open. Short. Rebound Napes. Clean up. In and out. Parañaque looking to build on with some momentum. Olegario down the middle. JR Olegario will score! "20 seconds, there's a foul.
And that's not good because both teams in the penalty. You were right there, 2 yellow shirts to defend Bonbon Custodio, but look at this move. A little slalom. Hindi po All-Star Weekend ngayon sa MPBL. Pero yung galaw na pinakita, ginawang cones yung mga bantay. Credit also Sarao with the seal and the screen. Olegario with a nice layup.
After all, JR Olegario is known as the Kyrie Irving of Parañaque.
Oh,
he lives
really?
5 minutes away from this venue. This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Parañaque has 15 seconds to work with. They're down by 8. Olegario, almost a turnover. He's gonna get it back. Can we get one more highlight before the end of the third? Olegario, 1 second. Martel will fire. Short. And that's gonna do it for our first 30 minutes.
That would have been big for Parañaque. Martel had a clean look. But then again, a great run by Parañaque in the last 2 minutes. Once upon a time, it was only 6 points. They scored 7 in the last 2. They trimmed the lead down to 8.
This third quarter score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. We have our player matchup update. Art de la Cruz and JP Sarao. They haven't scored as much, but it's quite near each other. 6-5 in favor of Art de la Cruz.
Art de la Cruz, a little stat sheet stuffer with his stats. Not big time numbers, and he does have 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals along with those 6 points. And JP Sarao coming off the bench, 5 points. Only 2 rebounds and 1 rebound rather, and 2 assists. And I think it's just a matter of time before JP Sarao, if he could, get 6 to 8 points in this quarter, because kita mo yung energy niya ngayong second half, mas agresibo siya, even off ball, sealing his man. Well, I think they need to get him involved more by giving him the ball at the right spot, which is down low.
He's been bothered by his fouls. JP has 3 so far in this game. Thank you for joining us. This is Mix Gomez alongside Coach Christian Luanzon and Mika Besamis. Engyo will shoot and miss.
Well, Parañaque, you look at the quarter scoring. Parañaque starting out strong with the 11 points of Manalang in the first quarter, 18-14 Davao. Gets it back 18-15, but the third quarter belonged to Davao. But to start the fourth, it belongs to number 1, Oligario of Parañaque.
Let's see if he can continue. He might just be the answer for the Patriots. They're down by 6. Kyle Napes hounded. Cross court to B-Boy. Engyo will attack. Now it's Custodio who fakes. Bonbon with his patience. Almost a travel.
It was a travel.
There you go. Just a late whistle. Or it might have just been too loud here in Olivares.
Right. Bonbon is asking for a review. And I would be amazed if the coaching staff would listen to him.
Bonbon has to go down and play defense. 2 free throws.
And to your point, kaya rin naka-atake itong si JP Sarao immediately dahil nga na-delay yung pagbaba ni Bonbon. Tinake advantage naman bigla ni Sarao. He'll go to the line.
Custodio giving it up to Keith Pido. Now Sarao is at the stripe. As we mentioned, this free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances. Ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. That's the first miss of JP from the line. He's 1 out of 2 so far. The biggest lead of Parañaque was 9. The biggest lead of Davao was 12. (54-49). Tumalip, Custodio, Talio. Back to Bonbon. Up top, they swing it over. De La Cruz with an opening. That's an easy one.
Bonbon Custodio attracted the defense just enough as he kicked it out for De La Cruz, who split the defense also and shows the touch with a nice floater 2 feet inside the paint.
We're back with J.R. Oligario. Up top to Sarao. He will fire. That's too strong. Rebound to Malip. De La Cruz brings that ball down. Now they go to TH. Still against that zone. Custodio. 9 on the shot clock. Tumalip. Back to Bonbon. Custodio with his own pace. Missing. And here's Big Boy Hernandez. Pido, one guy to beat. The cross, the pull-up, and the miss. Rebound onto Davao, and here comes Art de la Cruz. Forward pass, too long.
Good idea right there by De La Cruz. They had an advantage in the front court. Just too much sauce on that pass.
We've seen a total of 26 turnovers in this game. Parañaque has 16 of those. High-low. Hernandez fouled before that shot.
And that's a good idea by Parañaque, because his matchup on the post is De La Cruz, who's having heavy ball responsibilities on the offensive end. And if you could tire a big man like him defensively, that could certainly affect him on the offensive end.
Couple of starters back in this game. Philip Manalang and Jello Razon joining JP Sarao, Big Boy Hernandez, and JR Oligario. Here's JR for three. Yes! Welcome home, JR Oligario. (56-52). Agovida is fouled.
Big Boy Hernandez right there, trying to go for maybe the block, although he had his hands up. But if he was up a step further on the block, taking away that angle, that probably would have been a good stop to that offensive attack, as Agovida misses the first one.
Looking at the numbers of Keith Agovida as you take a look at Vice Mayor John Villafuerte and Jamal Vizcara at the sideline. Keith actually hasn't made a free throw. That's his first conversion from the line, 1 out of 3. The lead is 5. Under 7.5 minutes to go in the battle for the number 5 seed in the South Division. Oligario against J.K. Casino. Inside they go. Good seal. Hernandez will score. Flex on them, big boy. Full court press. Casino in trouble. Sarangay, 8-second violation.
Look at this entry pass. And how about the composure by Hernandez? He had to adjust the angle of his shot as the help was right there in Agovida, still able to finish and show some muscle. And the stop on that 2-2-1 full court press.
It's a one-possession game. Sarao for the tie. Yes, sir! Pressure continues. 9 points for JP Sarao. Talio onto his cutter. There's a blocking foul by Philip Manalang.
Look at the hesitation move by Jello Razon. Kick out to Sarao. Closeout was short. Sarao makes them pay to tie the game.
Now JP sits down. Balik dito si John Uduba. Uduba is the leading rebounder in this game with 12. He also has 7 points to his name. Parañaque is still with that zone. Agovida. Cross court. Mactalio. He will fire. Short. Rebound Manalang. Parañaque has a chance to take the lead. Manalang down the middle. There's the escape.
Philip Manalang right here. Ginaya si Oligario, nainggit doon sa ginawa. Late in the third quarter, kung kaya mo, kaya ko rin. Inumpisahan niya with his 11 points in the first quarter. Yung panglamang sa kanya rin. Napuwersa tuloy ng timeout itong Davao. Parañaque up 2.
Seeing the next 3 games of the Parañaque Patriots. It's Mindoro on July 15, and then they will travel to Bataan to take on the Risers on July 20. That July 26 game would be very, very interesting. It's gonna
Against
feature-
Abra. Didn't they play though already?
Well, not yet.
Hindi ba sila magkalaban nung nasa Abra laro?
Ay, hindi. Rizal yun.
Rizal pala yun.
Rizal versus
Okay.
Abra. And remember, somebody's coming back to Olivares in that game. Philip Manalang has 16 points to lead the way for Parañaque in this game.
Ang initials ba nun? MY?
MY. The greatest MPBL basketball player of all time so far. Scoring one is 13-3. It's a turnover. Almost a counter steal. Manalang in trouble. Another steal. And Art de la Cruz will score.
How about that? The guts by De La Cruz to take a running shot on a fresh 24-second shot clock to tie the game.
59 all. Under 6 minutes to go. Jello Razon. Mr. Clutch.
That's short.
Rebound. Olegario, the smallest guy on the court. And there was a hit. How about this guy? J.R. Olegario stepping up in front of his home crowd.
Is it still a surprise? It doesn't look like that he is surprised. Kasi inaabangan niya, talagang makita mo, gusto niya yung bola, gusto niya yung moment. And he knows, he may not admit to it if you ask him. He knows that he's a crowd favorite here. And he knows yung impact. Yeah, especially after he scores a basketball or makes a play.
There was that huge lull in the third quarter where Parañaque struggled to find a bucket. He was the answer.
Oh, definitely. First 8 minutes of the third quarter, 6 points lamang itong Parañaque. Then they score 7 in 2 minutes. He was a big part of that. He had 1 basket in those 7. And he starts out the fourth also with a basket. Comes up with an offensive rebound on the last play. And then a stick back. Gotta love it.
Let's see the previous sequence. Olegario got the board and the putback.
That's a big man's move too. Offensive rebound, drop step, spin.
Oh! Almost a block, but it still is a finish for Chris Lalata.
How pretty was that?
The lead is 2.
Sinubo sa ring.
Wow.
Ano to, Hernandez binawi. Ganda ng pasa ni Razon.
Big boy Hernandez has been welcomed dearly by these Patriots. De La Cruz feeds. Agovida will attack. And he answers back.
Oh, what a shot right there by Agovida. The contact in the air. He was bumped by, I believe, Big Boy. Hindi man lang natinag, no? Tsaka hindi rin mo chamba.
Halfway done in the fourth quarter. Jello Razon against Art de la Cruz. They go to Hernandez. High low, no sir. Razon, 3 on the shot clock. Jello has to fire. He will. A 3-pointer. Yes!
Alam mo, itong larong to, kung paramihan ng halik, panalo Parañaque. Halos kada tira. May kiss sa crowd. 2 kamay pa.
Rightfully so. Oh! Back and forth we go. Art de la Cruz from downtown.
Ganda ng sagutan.
It seems like De La Cruz listened to that advice of KG Canaleta before this game. 66 all. Uduba. Olegario for 3. Short. And there's a loose ball foul. It's Philip Manalang called for it.
Offense really going nowhere. And what's the saying? When you have your hand down, it's a man down. just a little late to put his hand up. Nalata, binawi naman kagad ni La Cruz. And a quick silencer to the crowd dito sa Parañaque.
Art de la Cruz attacks once again. A lefty layup. He has 15 points.
You got to be impressed with not only with the composure but the stamina, the all-around game by Art de la Cruz.
Manalang down the middle. No good. Rebound Sarangay. There's one guy ahead. Talio slows down. They swing it over to Art de la Cruz. Handoff, Agovida. Keith, one-hander. Yes, sir.
You just gotta love what De La Cruz and Agovida is doing. They're taking their time. They're getting to the basket, getting to their sweet spots, and using their skills and athleticism to shoot.
Olegario from the corner. Short. Rebound to no one. Davao will get possession, and they're up by 4. They have been highly composed against this roaring crowd of Parañaque and their players who have been feeling it as well in the 4th quarter. And Davao is actually doing this without a natural point guard. It's Talio, Agovida, Tumalip, De La Cruz, and Sarangay. 3 minutes to go. Mac Talio against Jello Razon. Talio attacking. Talio will score.
A beautiful screen and a slip. And a screen once again down low by Mark Sarangay to open up the lane for Mac Talio.
72-66. Parañaque has been silenced. Can they respond? Oduva almost traveled. Jello, same look, a 3-pointer. No good. Rebound to Galeano. The ball went out of bounds in favor of the white shirts.
Falling in love with the jumper in the last few sequences offensively is Parañaque.
Davao brings it down. TH Tumalip. On to Art de la Cruz. Back to Talio. Against Razon, there's a blocking foul. Parañaque has to be careful here. Hindi pwedeng madala na lang sila ng kanilang emosyon for the rest of these 2 minutes.
You're absolutely right. And that's the thing, when you play with your emotions, it can be both. It can get you back in the game, just like what happened with there. And a lot of that started with Olegario trying to get this crowd in the game. And at the same time, it can be detrimental. What Parañaque is arguing here is that it was not enough contact, they believe, for Razon to commit that foul. Nadulas lang para sa kanila si Mark Talio doon for the most part. But because wala na silang challenge.
Mac Talio, drive and feed. Tumalip for 3. No good. These last 2 minutes are brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX.
They don't need a 3. Unless it's an open shot, it's better to get inside. A foul by Mark Sarangay. Smart foul. That's a smart foul by the veteran.
That's the last foul to give of Davao Occidental.
They still have one more. It's only going to be the 14th foul on the next. So they could utilize that if needed.
No foul there. This is JP Sarao driving. Sarao is blocked. He was also fouled. Three fouls on Mark Sarangay. We have a challenge.
Yeah. I tell you, the empowerment not only with Davao, and we've seen this a lot already this season, the empowerment that coaches give to their players. Call it empowerment, call it trust. To listen to their players when they call for a challenge, I would say is 90%.
Let's see if they would be right as we take a short break.
Upon review, the challenge was unsuccessful. Call on the floor.
Unsuccessful challenge for Davao Occidental. JP Sarao will proceed to the line. Let's see the replay. There was a foul after all by Mark Sarangay.
Yeah, on the right arm of JP Sarao, and a good decision by Sarao to put his head down. Get to the line. Misses the first one though. That's a big miss.
Free throw shooting is 6 out of 11 for Parañaque. Let's see JP's numbers. Sarao is 2 out of 4 from the stripe. He has 9 points. 72-67. Both teams are now in the penalty.
Parañaque changes their full court to man-to-man, from 2-2-1 to man-to-man.
Almost a steal. It is completed. Galliano fakes. Galliano, no good. What a sorry miss. And now it's a foul.
And that's a miss na babalikan nila, no, if this game gets away from them. Because they're able to force the turnover. He actually makes a nice shot fake. Probably should have used the glass, but nonetheless, he misses. Art de la Cruz doing a good job of making up for the turnover by getting back into play and getting the rebound, getting fouled, and making the first free throw.
La Cruz has 16 points to his name. That's his first free throw tonight. He also has 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. Make it 8 boards already for Art. But that's actually quite common. Those types of numbers for Art de la Cruz. As Mika mentioned, he's had that facilitator role as a forward for Davao Occidental. It has been worth it so far. They're up by 7 points with 94 seconds to go. Bactalio in his debut with Davao Occidental at 20 points on 8 out of 17 shooting. 10 coming in the second quarter. How about in this game?
13 points, 4 of 10, 3 boards, 4 of 6. You know, shot selection has been questionable to me, but I think Bactalio, as he continues his MPBL career with Davao in this season, and that's one thing that he will certainly work on. We showed the numbers in the last game. One thing you didn't see, he played 35 minutes and had 0 turnovers. And if he could continue to do that along with an improved shot selection, he can be big time. He can have a big impact dito sa Davao, being the scorer that he is already.
Manalang, almost a 5-second violation there. Just got the ball back. Jello Razon, Philip at the corner. No good. And that's off of Art de la Cruz. 74-67, 86 seconds to go. Joshua Galliano onto the corner. Chelo Razon, same look, same result. Now there's a loose ball foul and it's free throws.
Not a good defensive possession by Davao. They have a chance to finally close this game out. I believe if they got in that stop and then score on the other end, that would have been the game. But instead, they stop the clock. They give Parañaque extra shots, extra possessions. And Uduba makes the first free throw.
John Uduba is 4 out of 5 from the stripe in this game. He has 13 rebounds and 8 points in 25 minutes of play. Uduba 2 out of 2. The pressure is on. A minute and 23. Tumalip. Cross court, dangerous pass. Almost a turnover. Mactalio, another pass. De La Cruz. Turnover.
He was waiting for Agovida to cut to the basket. Agovida not on the same page as Art.
Chelo Razon down the middle. He's blocked. Sarao in trouble. JP, that's stolen away by Art De La Cruz. And now there's a foul.
Basketball is a game of mistakes, Migs. I think what's important after those mistakes is how you respond to them. And even after the turnover by De La Cruz on the offensive end, yes, it was a poor decision, but he makes up for it on the other end with that steal. And oftentimes players are judged by one play, and sometimes, most of the time, it's unfair. But you cannot discount the fact that De La Cruz has been the best player tonight for Davao.
He has 18 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals. This is a guy who almost had a triple-double in the previous outing. 1 out of 2 from the stripe. It's a 2-possession game. Manalang attacking. There's a call, and it's 2 free throws.
Can't be happy if you're Davao. After a free throw, even though it was a miss, you expect Parañaque to attack on the other end. Coaches would call it quick strike, and they were basically trotting back. Etong Davao, nagkaroon pa ng pagkakataon si Manalang to attack and get to the line right now. Mahabang oras pa to.
Manalang, that's his second free throw of the night. He's 0 out of 2 so far. 16 points, but remember, he had 14 in the first half. Most of them in the first quarter, if not all. For retribution. 1 out of 2 for Philip Manalang, 75-70. Davao has to be careful with that basketball. 55 seconds, forward pass to De La Cruz. We've seen 13 turnovers so far for Davao in this game. Mactalio. 10 on the shot clock. 2-man game with Mark Sarangay. Talio attacks. Talio, no good. And it's Galliano on the move. 35 seconds. Galliano. Chelo Razon for 3. Yes, sir!
How many times have we seen a bad shot be the first pass of a fast break? This is one of them. Probably the biggest one so far, Migs. Not a good decision by Mactalio to go all the way. He basically engaged 2 or maybe 3 players. And a quick attack by Parañaque to find Chelo Razon for that big-time 3.
Inbound. Hey! Inbound front o backward? Backward. Front tayo. Okay. Okay. Ito na si TA. Si Kit na to. Arto. Hey! Get away. Get open. Pag meron yan, hit. Penalty yan ha. Pag hit yan, pasok ka agad. Ito yan, away. Ito show. Hey, show yan. Pag walang nangyari, hangat ka. Yes. Adjust. All the way. Back door. Okay.
No Coach Manu Inigo and no Kenneth Ighalo in this game for Davao Occidental. We have 30 seconds to go and the score reads 75-73. Momentum has swung onto the Patriots after that three-pointer by Jello Razon.
If I'm Davao right now, I'm trying to attack the matchup between Agovida and Galliano guarding him. I think Agovida has an advantage as long as he gets it to his sweet spot, which is, 2 steps below the three-point line.
Here's Keith Agovida against Josh Galliano. There's a 6-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. A steal! Parañaque is down by only 2 points. No more shot clock. Philip Manalang has the leather.
Why are they wasting time though? They're down by 2.
Manalang, 8 seconds.
They have to attack right away.
Manalang to Sarao. JP for the win. Short, no putback. And Davao will get some whistles here.
I don't
time
understand.
Has expired.
I don't understand the wasting of the clock when you're down. Whether you are going for the tie or for the win. It wasn't a tied ball game. You're not ahead. Because even if they missed the shot, if they attacked early, this still would have been a ball game. But instead, they're going to review the time on the clock, which is not so much. It's going to be changed for sure. Baria.
Ayan, wala na.
Wala na.
We're done.
That's it.
Philip Manalang, obviously not too happy with the result of that last play. Davao Occidental will hold on to get this victory. Here's the replay.
That's the problem right here in this replay. It's a 5-on-5 set. Remember, this came off a steal. So they could have attacked right away, maybe create an advantage, maybe an open three, maybe a layup. But it is much harder to score on a 5-on-5 set, which eventually happened, rather than a 5-on-4 or maybe a 4-on-3. But Davao fortunate to escape this one. I thought they had the game in their hands. With only 1 minute remaining, they were up by 6. I think it was 7. So that was a 3-possession ball game. Nonetheless, it's the end result that counts. And how about the play of Art De La Cruz?
He is our best player of the game, brought to you by Manny Pacquiao's MPBL. 18 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. Another day at the lab for Art De La Cruz. He's been that facilitating forward for the Davao Occidental Tigers. They hold on to that 5th seed in the South Division. And for a guy who's experiencing the crowd of Parañaque for the first time in his MPBL career, he was able to hold on to the advice of KG Canaleta to silence them and be able to get that victory. His final score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Let's go to Mika Bisamis.
Maraming salamat. Kasama ko ngayon ang Manny Pacquiao's MPBL best player of this game. Walang iba kundi si Art De La Cruz. Art, composure was a big factor in this game. Mukhang sinunod mo yung advice ni KG Canaleta, but more than that, it was really your facilitating as a forward that we really noticed with 6 assists. How was your experience in this game, Art?
We started flat, pero nakuha pa rin namin yung rhythm namin. And grabe yung Parañaque. Sobrang lakas nila from point guard to big. As in, ganda ng system nila. But still, we need to find ways to win. And mga teammates, nag-step up din sila kahit na alam namin naka-short kami kay Coach Manu and Kenneth Ighalo. Malaking kawalan sa amin yun. Kaya thankful ako sa mga teammates yun.
Napag-usapan mo yung teammates mo. Ang isang napansin namin is so far so good naman yung chemistry with the new guys, but you are facing an even bigger opponent in your next game against Greg Zilla and company. Ano nang nasa isip mo para sa game na yun, Art?
Yun nga, yun ang dito, kailangan next game kagad, next game mentality, and yun na, prepare kami for Greg, and sa lahat ng Manila team. And yun lang, kailangan lang namin na enjoy yung panalo namin ngayon. And yun ang kailangan namin, yung mga gantong laro para sa mga susunod na games, yung mga last 2 points, 3 points, ma-sustain namin yung lamang namin.
Alright, maraming salamat, Art. Meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Binabati ko si Kong Claude Bautista, Congresswoman Claudine Bautista Lim, Mayor Dinko Bautista, Madam Debbie Bautista, Bautista Family, Coco Life, Healthy and Pure Water. At binabati ko yung family ko, Mami Daddy nasa States, saka sa Canada, si Ate Apple, and Kuya Raymond, and sila family ko sa Bulacan din.
Maraming salamat. Once again, our Manny Pacquiao's MPBL best player of this game is Art de la Cruz, Mix, and Coach Chris.
Thank you, Mika. Well, she did mention Greg Zilla will be up next for the Davao Occidental Tigers. They move up to 11-5. Parañaque goes down to 10-7. Manila will take on Muntinlupa tomorrow in Caloocan. That will be followed by QC versus Quezon. That's a battle between the two Quezon teams that we have in the MPBL. And the main event would feature Caloocan, Batang Kankalu, Gabby Espinas versus Baldi Baltazar, the rest of the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Thank you for joining us in yet another wonderful day for MPBL basketball. Congratulations to Davao Occidental for Mika Abesamis and Coach Christian Nuanzon. My name is Mix Gomez at ito po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.